Welcome again, everybody, and thank you very much for coming back for the introduction of inspiration economy and its theories. So today we're going to talk about the exploration-based learning theory. And this theory is very important because inspiration economy is based on learning by doing, learning by exploring, learning by, error. And one of the main thing about this theory, learning by exploration, is that it used the methodology of learning through trial and error and learning by doing, as we mentioned earlier. Actually, it filled the gaps for inspiring opportunities hidden within a system. And usually this theory is help us to accumulate the knowledge and to build the personality and the mindset so that the person will be an inspiring person throughout his life. The thing about this theory is that it have a prerequisite because it focus on that everyone, if you want to build a lifelong learning concept, you should have an aim. This aim might be inspiration, might be creativity, might be building knowledge, sharing knowledge, and so on. Without an aim, this theory doesn't work, especially in inspiration economy. With learning by exploring, this theory also can incorporate extracurricular learning practices and which help us again to see the future in different way. This theory is very important because it will help us to build again the exploration spirit and the sense for looking for effectiveness of everything we do. So learning by exploration is about raising the effectiveness and sustainability of whatever we are doing and raising our self-reliance. And of course, to rely on this concept, we need to control various aspects of learning. For example, to enhance again the ability to be more adaptable to challenges and changes. Actually, the learning is supports a lot the theory of resilience economy, because without our adaptability, actually we can't be resilient or tolerant to changes or challenges in life. The learning also here is very important because we mean here is that we can really solve problems by discovery. And this is where, again, it is linked to the differential diagnosis theory. So we have people that is less resilient because their ability of learning is low. Because when we talk about learning, we are talking about changing of the mindset. We're talking about about changing of the paradigm, of the attitude, of the behavior, and about our ability to reflect in a proper way. So we might have a constrained mindset unless we create a proper learning environment and a proper learning attitudes and behaviors. And this is what make people more resilient. The more they learn, the more they go through consequences of learning, the more they will have less constrained mindset, and the more they will build their new spirit. And this will make them, of course, differentiated people that is impact the community, and they will be actually having a mindset with high forecasted uh, capacity, so they can see the future in a proper way. Now, one of the requirements of this learning is that we have to take pauses in life. So in order to create this learning capacity, this learning by exploration theory can be implemented, we need to take lots of pauses in life or pauses whenever we're doing the project or the lab. And of course, we need to learn from the failures as much as we can, and we need to actually appreciate challenges. So the more we have challenges during the journey, it means we're going to discover more. Now, one of the things about this learning theory is that it was linked also to other practices relevant to inspiration-based economy theory, which is finding the proper problems and building entrepreneurship practices within the this journey of learning by exploration. So finding the problem opportunities, it will help us to deploy focused approaches and it will help us to visualize the solution outcome in an earlier stages. It will help us also then, because we are learning and because we have implemented the model in a specific area, we can learn how to generalize the model. So learning will help us to generalize the model in a proper way. And then, of course, we publish the model solution. Now, one of the things about the method of observation is that when we start collecting the data, we need to utilize a specific method of observation that is focused on learning by doing and focus on collecting hidden opportunities. This is what differentiates this theory from others, and the observation has to be actually driven by looking for opportunities, not looking for solutions. Now, this will create an outcome that we call it economically value added outcome, EVA, and this outcome will help us to actually create an influence in the community. For that, today I want to talk on this session also about the influencing without power. So in order to influence without power, we need to utilize the resilience economy techniques, which is ability to be tolerance with high tolerance, ability to utilize the youth spirit, and ability to utilize the differential diagnosis and the learning by exploration, which we talked about in the earlier classes. Influencing without power, we are talking about the ability to evaluate the requirements of the desired effects, including determining the nature of the challenges that hinder the implementation of the impact in an integrated manner. So we always look for implementation that overcome actually the challenges and create an impact in an integrated way, which means in a holistic approach. So influencing without power, it helps us to improve the performance by having different impact levels and having a renewed a renewed view of the things we are seeing from different perspectives, including, for example, the speed of response in case of societal imbalance, and in case of we need to explain something, or learning by deduction, or preventing something to reoccur again. So this theory helps us to create inspiring currency without authority, without the need of authority, without the need of dependence on extrinsic resources or materialistic resources specifically. One of the good things about influencing without power, which is most of the inspired people they use, or inspired communities, inspired practices use, is that it uses the non-classical economies as knowledge, creativity, resilience, youth, future foresight economies. All of them, they use they are used so that they help us to create influencing without power or without authority, as sometimes we mention. This theory actually takes advantage of the power of positive feedback to create competitive and coexisting communities. So for that, we see certain communities like when I visited New Zealand, I learned from them the appreciative inquiry, which is they are using to influence the community in a positive way, focusing on the positive side of the community or the practices, rather than the opportunities for improvement or the weaknesses of the community. So there are three basic elements that help us to influence any community. These are based on the raising the capacity, building the benefit from the relationships, and having clarity in the targeted ideas. These three things, so capacity plus proper relationships plus having proper clarity of ideas will help us to create an influence without power or without authority. The impact of this influence will help us to raise the ability to make others voluntarily do whatever we desire or whatever we wish them to do. And this is again some of the things that is we learn over the years. One of the good things about this theory is that it is related to the type of relationship in the network. So the more we have a strong relationship within the network that we are targeting, the more we are going to influence this network or the people within this network. And the more also we have conviction and constructive feedback from the network, the more also we can influence them without power or without the need for authority. And of course, the more we have the public and the beneficiaries are involved or engaged in the right time, and they are consulted within the framework that we are targeting, then they will be more involved with us, and they will be influenced without the need to utilize with them more resources. So influencing without power, it's about the give and take. It's about dealing well with relationships, identifying relevant currencies, diagnosing of the world of others, having clarity of goals and priorities, assuming all are potential allies. So when we start to deal with others in a proper relationships, we should assume that all of these people might be our ally. So the power of diversity, the strength of observation, the logic of intuition and willpower, all of them will help us to create proper influencing without power. I think we'll stop here and continue next time. Thank you very much.